Good morning, students. Let's start. Class 9, subject English, and we are studying grammar, students. Tenses we are studying in the grammar, and this is lecture number 2. Lecture number 2 means like in the lecture number 1, students, we studied simple present and simple past. Now we are going to study simple future. Well, every one of you are quite familiar that what sort of rules do we need to use to understand the tenses, the uses of tenses we are learning, and the next one, how to form a sentence, is the rules for forming affirmative, negative interrogative, or negative interrogative sentences. So let's just continue and see the uses. Simple future efforts. Let me just make you a bit familiar. Some of the students could not join the class. Why they? So this is the advanced level of grammar, students, which will help you people to be careful enough to just understand the level that you are in the ninth standard. So the grammar or the tenses you are going to learn, suppose tenses you are learning right now, or the grammar you will learn further, you'll have the level accordingly, means according to your standard, ninth standard, right? So you just need to revise the basics which you studied in 7th, 8th, 6th classes. You just need to revise that base, which will help you people to understand the little advanced level of grammar in ninth standard. Right, everyone? So let's see simple future. An action to take place in future comes under future, simple future tense. Means like students, what do we understand about it? We understand that it refers to the some certain actions or imaginations or the actions will take place in the future, means not taking now places, it will take place in the future. That is counted in the simple future tense. See, the example is given, I shall meet you tomorrow. I shall meet you tomorrow. Efforts like the action of meeting will take place tomorrow. It's not going to take place right now. It will take place, means in the future. And the formulas, you can see this, how to form positive sentence or negative sentence. Plus VE refers to positive sentence, subject plus shall will, plus we first plus object. And then negative is, you just need to add not there. See, students, you need to understand one thing, shall is given here. Well, shall is omitted from the grammar, but it is not in verb, it is not in use, we can say, but shall, when you put a question to someone with I and we, when there is a subject I or we, and you are putting a question, when you are putting a question, you are supposed to just use shall instead of will. When you are going to use will, that will be wrong. That means you need to use their shall, right, everyone? That we need to understand first. So this is help us to understand the things in a very proper manner. The next one is use of shall will is explained in modals also. Further, you'll just have the lectures of modals. There you'll understand how shall we use. Even though I have told you related to modals, how do we just use this? Yeah, right? How it is helping us to understand. So the further sentences you will frame yourselves, because we don't get much errors or omissions or like the supporting errors in the simple future tense. Now the next one is the present continuous. An action that is going on at the time of speaking comes in present continuous tense. You see, students, when the action is in continue or progressive temporarily, that is called, like when the action is in continue, that is called temporarily. For example, I am studying English now, or I am teaching English now, right? This is temporarily. For some time, this will continue. This will go. Then it will over, right? So this is called when the action is in continuity or continue or in progress. That comes under present continuous tense. Sometimes some events are going on at the time of speaking, but we cannot see them. They too come in present continuous tense, right, students? See, few things are there. Coastal areas are getting submerged. You have seen the example before you. It is taking place, but that's not before us. Even though we are speaking this, why it is? Because that is taking place, right, everyone? So we just need to see. Population is increasing day by day, somewhat we can understand or see, but it is taking place in the future, in the present, and that's in continue mode. That's why that's put in between the continuous tense. Now we need to note down a point for events that will take place in near future. Present continuous tense is used. Now you see, students, this is going to be very important. Why it is? Because the same use or the not was used in present indefinite or simple present tense. In the near future, like events will take place in the near future, comes under present continuous tense as well as present indefinite tense. I'm going to Mumbai tomorrow. See, the action will take place tomorrow, but we are presenting this, we are expressing it with the help of the present continuous tense. That means, like students, we need to be familiar. The if the planned action or the fixed action is used in present continuous or in present indefinite, we can do one thing. We can mention this like in present indefinite as well as present continuous, right? That means we need not be bothered about this, that the future action is used in simple present or present continuous, right, everyone? That we need to take care of it. It is a bit contradictory, so we need to just understand this in a very proper manner. So see, the rules will remain same. There is a change of helping verb as well as main verb. Rule is what? Subject, helping verb, main verb, object, right? It is. But the changes in present continuous is the helping verb is MR, verb's first form, plus ing with the verb's first form, and then object. When you are going to make negative statement or negative sentence, there you just mention hold, students, there is a little problem of network that's creating. Let's just continue. See, the rules basically of framing the sentences. The rule is before you, formula. The rules will remain same. You will get the changes of helping verbs and as well as main verbs, right? Now there is a one point. Am not has not contracted form. You must have used is not into isn't, are not aren't, am not doesn't have, amn't. That means am not has no contracted form, hence in question tag aren't is used. You must say I am fine, aren't I? This aren't I actually creates the trouble in the exams. You will get there, amn't I am fine, amn't I? Then this is the error, students. You need to change this amn't into aren't because there is no contracted form of am not. Why it is put in between in the question tag? Because this is totally related to the continue or is MR, right? So let's see, use of is MR. I suppose that we are in the ninth standard, everyone is familiar. Is is used with third person singular, he, she, it, or singular noun or name you can call. Is used, am is used with I, and are is used with you, we, they, all, and plural. Plural noun basically, right? Plural name or plural noun like boys, Amit and Sumit, means when there is a reference of plural, we can use this in a very proper manner. My father is working in a bank and my brother is studying in a school. And if you look at the sentence seems to be really fine. Why it is? Because they are working, but students, this sentence is wrong. Why it is? Because the actions are permanent. The actions are in regular mode. Every day the actions take place, then the sentences are written in simple present tense or like present indefinite tense. See the example further. My father works in a bank and my brother studies in a school. That means we need to take care of the sense also. That the sentence is referring what sense. We need to understand. We cannot put or like change sentences accordingly as we feel comfort. We cannot put like this. We have to be careful enough to take care of these things. If the statement deals with the routine action, you see this is regular or routine action. There we use simple present tense, right? Not present continuous tense, right? But if the work is just a temporary, I told you temporary routine action, that is temporary basically. Present continuous tense is used. You can use present continuous when your action is temporary. I am preparing for competitive exams nowadays. That is temporary, right? You are not going to prepare this entirely or regularly on basis or continuously you will work. This is temporary. You will prepare for 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, then you go working something else, right? So temporary actions can be used in continuous tense. Rest others are used in if the routine is there, that is in the simple present tense, right? Let's go to the next tense, that is past continuous. Well, see students, when you learn the first part of the series like internet series, continuous series, or perfect series, or like perfect continuous series, on the first series you need to understand properly, like continuous present you understood. Now there will be similarities in the past continuous. See, if an action was in continuation in the past, simple past tense is used. Now you see, in the past, if action was in continuation, it will be put, I was waiting for you. I was waiting for you. Means the action was in continue temporarily for some time, right? Though time is not mentioned, that's why it is counted in past continuous. So see students, the rule will remain same, but only helping verb will be changed. Verb and the ing form will remain same, the object will remain same. Only the verbs which will denote the point of time which will refer past, specific point of time which will refer past, that is was and were, instead of is, am, are, right? And the rules will remain students same. You will have to just read them, practice them by writing in the notebook properly. And uses of was and were. Was is used, students, with he, she, it, any singular name, and I. Were is used with you, we, they, plural name, or plural noun or pronoun, and all basically, right? Now you see all the things we know very clearly how to frame the positive, negative, interrogative, or negative interrogative sentences. But the most important, in which we get the error in exams, imaginary sentence. In imaginary sentence, were is used with all subjects, no matter whether it is used as a helping verb or main verb. What we need to understand it in a very proper way. because we have been learning that when the subject is singular, the verb or the helping verb must be according to the number or the person of the subject. Number of the subject. If the number of the subject is singular, the verb will be singular. If the number of the subject is plural, the verb will also be plural. But in this case, when the sentence is imaginary, whether the subject is singular or plural, the verb will be were. Whether it is in the form of main verb or in the form of helping verb. When it is in the form of helping verb, then also were. When it is in the form of main verb, then also you'll use were there. I wish, see the example, I wish I were a bird. If in exams, what happens? The examiner will give you here was. I wish I was a bird. And some of the students who haven't been good practice, they will not be able to detect or find out an error in the sentence. What you have to understand, when the sentence becomes imaginary, right? There, what we do, we use were, whether it is singular or plural subject, right? So were here is used as main verb. I wish I were a bird. Were is here used as main verb. Now the sentence second is he pretended as if he were sleeping. Pretended again refers like the imaginary thing or like wishing thing. Pretended as if he were sleeping. Now were is working here as a helping verb. So what we need to understand, students, when you are preparing for imaginary sentences, you need to put there were as a main verb or as a helping verb, right? Otherwise, this will create error in the sentence. Let's go to the next tense. An action going on in future comes under future continuous tense. Now you can understand it very easily. There are few points which we are not discussing why it is the case. You have done these all parts like how to frame the sentence, positive, negative, interrogative or negative interrogative or with WH in your previous classes, 6th, 7th, 8th. Though we are doing some advanced work which will help us to detect errors in the sentences. We shall be taking the examination at this time next month. That means only there is a change of helping verb, students. You can see the rules before you of forming the positive sentence. Subject plus shall will plus be plus verb first form ing object. Now you need to see be is added with will and shall. That is the base form of the be, right? And when you add the negative, this negative will come after will shall and then be will come. So you need to just memorize these rules and you need to make sentences according to the rules, students, which will help you people to understand how to form correct sentences when it comes to communicate in English, or like you are writing something, you have a written task, you don't make any sort of mistake. If you are familiar with these sorts of rules or regulations that help us form some correct sentences, will become good enough to understand English language. Now see the note is given next. Some verbs do not take ing form. Some verbs do not take ing form. Hence, they cannot come in continuous tense. List of such verbs. Now students, this is very critical point. Some verbs do not take ing form. Hence, they cannot come in continuous tense. List of such verbs. We have got some list of such verbs. Verbs of perception: see, taste, smell, hear, prefer, please, notice, recognize. Verbs of thinking process: think, know, mean, mind, remember, suppose. Verbs of showing possession: own, have, belong, comprise, possess. Verbs of expressing feelings or state of mind, believe, like, dislike, love, and verbs in general. Look, see, appear. See, students, you need to read these all verbs in a very proper way, and you need to just see that these verbs are not used in ing form. That means e- you can either use this in any continuous tense, whether it is present, past, or future, right? All the three you can see, you cannot use these all verbs in continuous tense. And whenever you go to take exam, you'll find these verbs there, that these verbs are used there in continuous sense, right? You all just need to make sure properly. Now you see some examples are given. He is owning a car. Now you'll get the example sentence like this there. This one is will be used as with ing form that forms the sentence wrong. So the sentence will be he owns a car. I'm telling you these verbs when are not used in ing form, these are used in indefinite tense, right? Present indefinite of simple. This house is belonging to me. That's wrong. This house belongs to me. This will be the sentence. You need to understand that where the examiner is taking you to understand the things. I am not meaning anything wrong. Here examiner is saying that I'm not meaning. Ultimately, some of the people will be unable to detect error in such type of sentences, but students, I don't mean anything wrong is absolutely correct sentence. Am not meaning means putting this word into ing form is wrong. I am seeing a man standing there is wrong. I see a man standing there is right. If have denotes possession, it is not used in ing form. But if have denotes to have fun or to eat, have can be used in ing form. So see students, each word has got its different meanings. So you need to use these words according to their meanings, right everyone? There, what happens, you see, I am having a piece of cake, that's absolutely correct sentence because having means here to eat something, that means you are eating a piece of cake. But if you say, I am having a car, that's wrong. Having a car doesn't refer that you are eating a car. It refers possession that you have a car. And when you have a car, why not to put that sentence into simple present tense? All right, let's see the next one. If, think, remember, feel, look, appear, etc. are used to express emotions, or the verbs given above are used in progressive state, they can come in ing form. I am thinking of you are right. See, the sentence is wrong. It should be, I think you are right. So here, think is used like for another purpose which cannot be used. When you are expressing emotions or verbs given are used in progressive state, they come in ing form. Otherwise, you don't use them in ing form. You can straightway say, I am thinking of you. This is the feeling or emotions basically, or the straight way. It was appearing as if they were going to kill us. That's wrong sentence. It appeared as if, because the sentence is in the past, so it will become, it appeared as if they were going to kill us. You are looking good. Look, he is smelling the rose. We cannot say this, looking, he is smelling the rose. See, students, we need to be careful enough in using these verbs. In gerund and present participle, verbs are used in ing form. And you know very well in gerund is the form of noun and participle is the form of adjective. These are used in ing forms. Being ill, I could not come. Getting a job is easy nowadays. This is students given in addition to understand. Like these forms can be used in ing with as a gerund or as an as a participle, right? Present participle means working as an adjective, right? So we need to be careful enough that how we are just taking the things in a proper way. See, verb advance for detailed explanation. If we use a verb after a preposition, the verb will be in ing form. So see students, there is a one rule for you people to understand. Whenever the verb is used after preposition, the verb will remain in the ing form. That is the rule basically. We need to understand. Whenever there is a verb that is to be used after preposition, that will be in the ing form. And see the next one, example is given. Bats are capable of hearing ultrasonic waves. Always the preposition and hearing is used after preposition. This verb will come in ing form, hearing. We must keep away from smoking. We must keep away from smoking. That means we need to understand that keeping away from smoking is good for us. So see students, today we just completed continuous tense in which we understood there are some of the verbs which are not supposed to be used in continued tense or in continuous tense. That we got. You will get the video. You need to prepare yourselves, students. Rest of the practice, you need to do it yourselves. You just need to make sure one thing that you're going to prepare it or practice it in your notebook. That will help you people to go or understand it in a very proper manner. While preparing, if you have any sort of problem, you can just put queries forward. Well, thank you very much for joining today's class, students. Let's have a doubt session.